What's up, Drivetrain? We've got more cicadas in the background singing the orchestrations of the morning, and a really cool fort. Okay, it doesn't look cool, but it's pretty cool inside. The kids built some crazy contraption with soccer goals and rugs and towels and blankets, and it's kind of cool. And the adults can't fit in there, so that's good. But we've got some projects over the next couple of days that I'm going to bring you guys along for. We've got 3 things that we bought a bunch of lumber for, and the first one is going to be this deck right back here. So this deck sits just off the back of the house here. I've obviously got a food eating area, kind of an outdoor table area. The grill sits up here, and the decking surface, I have replaced this once before, and the stair treads I've replaced, and those are in good shape. We sealed those up, and those are gonna stay. But what's not gonna stay now are these railings. These things are pretty cracked up, pretty old, beaten, sun-beaten, worn out, and they're just kind of, they've seen their lifespan. This deck and frame is about 14 years old, I believe, 15 years old. And so even if we look over here, we can see where this thing is just rotting and falling apart. So I've got some 2x6 that I'm going to put up in here, pull this apart. We'll sink it in with some screws instead of the nails that are also pulling up. But that's going to be a pretty quick project for this deck. Now another project is this deck here off of the back of the house, but it's just a smaller, mostly just an egress deck. We don't use it for anything, but it sits off of my my studio and office. Since it was built also 15 years ago, it has not been replaced. And these deck boards are kind of my security measure. If you stand on them, not on the floor joist, they kind of creak and dip, and if somebody wanted to break into the house, well, they would just fall right through here instead of getting into the house. So that's good. I am going to reuse all of these kind of banister items. They're bolted in, and so I think I can use the hardware as well. I'm going to be replacing all of these pickets, all of the decking, all of the handrails, and I'm going to wait for the siren to go by. And since it was installed, we actually had this unit here put in, so now you kind of walk right down the steps into an air conditioning unit. So I'm going to move these steps over to this side so that the door will swing in. You can walk this way and down, which just means that I'll take whatever, you know, measurements we've got there and move them over here and all that stuff. So that's another project that I've got lumber for. All right, the third and final project is this fence area and double gate that we have back here. So this fence also built at the same time as those decks 15 years ago. This has been fixed once. We have a big grabber truck that comes and grabs trash, and we tend to place our debris right there. And the grabber truck ended up hitting this and knocking it in, but you can see where, you know, she just kind of, well, she's a little lazy now, and that's just from age. But what's even worse, if you take a look down here, you'll see that the gate goes way in. It just takes a dive bomb into the middle of the yard. So we're just going to generally get a little freshen up on some of these outdoor salt treated wooden things that have been up for a long time. So we got the trailer loaded down with some lumber, got some extra lumber back here, but we're going to start with the small deck handrails. Should be able to do that pretty quick. It's gonna, I think if I blow hard enough on it, the existing ones are going to fly off, and then we can just cut some lumber and oh yep, all together. Be good. All right, that was pretty quick. and painless, and we've got it laid out here. I wanted to keep it in the right configuration. Now it's easy for me to just grab measurements, actual measurements. I do like how they did the 45, kind of the dog ear, you know, on the end. So I'm going to repeat that, as well as grab the angle here for the handrails, because it's got that kind of miter cut on it. So I'm going to just try and duplicate these couple pieces and get them back up onto the deck. All right, I know it's a quick jump from cutting lumber to being done, but I had to go out in the middle of the day and do some other things, but we got this stuff done. Let's take a look. So we got our railing pieces here with a nice little bevel at the bottom. We got our angle at the top up here, so it sits nice and flush. Got our railings nice and straight. Made sure to start at the corners. Got the corner really nice and tight. So we'll show you the 45s here. So we got a nice tight corner in here, and then we attached this side on down. We made sure that the rest of the wall or railing was actually straight. So we're measuring from the reveal here, from the 2x4 out to the edge, making sure that that stayed consistent all the way down. Got our little chip out for the downspout back there, and then we came and we did this one. I said we, but it's me doing it anyway. So we got this guy here, and then we kept whatever this reveal was here, we kept that reveal here, and we worked our way back around this side and down. We started again with the 45 to make sure that everything was nice and square and plumb and feeling good. Obviously, we've got some things in here, you know, in a perfect world, I'd replace all of this railing bit, but I got other projects, so I think we're going to count this one as done. So I'll come back, I'll run the sander again. You saw me sanding kind of each piece individually, but I'm going to run the sander on all of that stuff again now that it's up there and installed on the corners where the 45s are, just to make sure it's all, you know, nice and tidy. And now that we put the screws in there as well, that'll help to round over any rough surfaces from where the screws went down.
Day 2.
Now that we've got screws put in, we do have some burrs and stuff that stick up. We also want to make sure that the outside edges are nice and rounded and smooth. Anyway, so we're hitting the sander with this, the random orbital sander, and then we are going to jump onto the small deck. Quick shout out to Mom. What's up, Mom? If you're watching the video, got the world's best tool. That's what she claims this thing to be. It is pretty amazing. We also got the claw hammer, which is old reliable. Let's break this thing apart. Careful on the steps, you might fall through. This thing just got more complicated because my hope was to reuse this frame. But as you can see, this frame does not want to be reused. So I'm hoping that the band board up against the house is in good shape and can be reused. Because we got like this one seems kind of all right. The outside two seem kind of all right. This one, that's a little thin. This, horrible. This one, how is that still together? And this, equally as bad. Also, this backboard goes underneath the outside one, so I've got to take those off as well. But my plans are definitely changing on this setup. We may end up with just some steps and no deck. You know what I mean? Just some wide steps. But anyway, I've got to come up with a plan, but to do that, I've got to get everything apart first. So I'm just going to keep dismantling and trying not to die. So I got to clean this up, the band board. I want to check this out. It seems solid, but I want to make sure that there's no moisture sitting in it. That's going to be concern number one. This, I think, can be reused. This, I think, can be reused. This, no, no, no. Oh my gosh, no. This is still wet. Like, that's damp right there. So that's going to be a no. And that's damp, which pretty much means that while these are still usable, inconsequential, we can lose those. These, get on in there. Take a look at that. No, come up close to the screen. Yep, take a good look. That's not good. That's destroyed. Yep. And you can see we can't use that again because of how it is. So what I'm trying to say is I should stick to riding bikes. No, the project just got way bigger than I thought. I was hoping to reuse that frame that's there and just do the decking surface and then shift the railings around and rebuild some railings, but clearly we're building everything from the band board out. It gives us an opportunity to check all the footings and stuff, but also I'll bring my wife out here. We're gonna check and see, do we even need a deck? Because we've got an air conditioning unit and we've got a electrical box and other things that, anyway, they complicate the problem. What do you think? Should we do a deck? Should we do stairs? Should we just, like, just steps, like wide steps? What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. Deck or stairs? One thing's for sure, I gotta pull the rest of that stuff down and clear everything out of my backyard and then gonkulate some new plants. Let's go. So I was quick to rush and get the Sawzall, but I thought that maybe we could work together. We don't even need the Sawzall on this. We've seen what we've seen. And I think if we blow hard enough, we huff and puff, we can blow it down. Are you with me? Yeah, you with me? Come on, we can do it. But I don't think this is the right direction because we're gonna blow it right at the house. It's not gonna fall down. The cicada behind you, they're excited about helping too. I think if we go over here, if we settle right here, we can kind of hit it with a glancing side blow and we can blow it down. Let's give it a shot. All right, I'm gonna stand back here with you guys. All right, so it's on the count of 3. So it's gonna be 1, 2, whoa, 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 whoa. It's 1, 2, 3, and then blow. Not 1, 2, and then blow on 3. It's 1, 2, 3, then blow. You with me? All right, here we go, ready? 1, 2, wait. All right, now listen, it's bad, but we need more than the birthday candle blow. We need to use the lungs, people. Let's do this. On the count of 3, well, after 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, look at that. Whoa, we did it. Well, we got a little bit left, but I don't know if our wind was strong enough for some concrete. I think this has concrete at the bottom. But hey, great work. All right, you gonna help clean up now? Wait, where are you going? No, don't go get a snack. We gotta clean. All right, I'll clean up. All right, y'all, quick update. And I listened to the comments. I listened to what you said, and you're right. We're going steps. I'll give you a quick little update. It's been a few days since we talked last. So I went ahead and picked up some pre-done risers and took down everything because it was just not worth keeping. And my wife and I agreed on various different things, but that we liked the openness that it would create back here rather than having the large deck. Not that it was huge and taking up much more space, but steps it is. So we're going to put a railing on this side, at least at a minimum, to have the one railing to meet code. This side is a little bit better from the electrical box. Not that anybody comes back here and looks at it, but apparently having the deck there was not the greatest. So anyway, that might be good. But we'll see. I left space over here to do a railing over here as well, in case she wants to do one. And because the door opens in, we've got the first step just went flush at the top of the band board, and that's gonna be good. See, we got some Tico hangers in there to hold those guys up. And then what we're gonna do is we have some blocks that are back over here in this little patio, these kind of 1x1 blocks. We're gonna pull a couple of those out, and we'll dig down, and we're just gonna put those down here at the base, just so we have kind of a landing down there. And then the grass will kind of grow around, and it'll grow up, and the ground will come up, and it'll be beautiful. All right, here we go. We've got the stairs finished. It's all together. It's all sanded. Got the railings on. Everything is complete, locked in. Only last bit, like I said, we're going to do is come down here and take some of those pavers, stick them down here at the base of the unit, and then a little grass seed. But it's still like 100 degrees almost during the daytime, so we are not doing grass seed right now. It's a lost cause. But that's it. The next project is going to be the fence and the gates in the back. That's going to be a large project. I take that back. This is the next project. Next project. My pile is growing over there, but we got a 4x6 there with some concrete that's setting, and another 4x6 here. So we're looking good. We got to go get the kids from school, and then come back, and maybe we can start framing this side, and then framing that side, and then we'll build some gates.
Day 4.
Sun is overhead, which means it's midday, but I did get the gates built. Got the corner supports on all of them, and I built it just like the other gate that I did. Obviously they're not in the right spot, ground is uneven. They'll sit up and line up at the top with this, so it's consistent all the way across. But I'm gonna end up tacking those in place, supporting them at the bottom, and then I can run my fence bits across, and then I can unscrew them. They should have a small gap in the middle, and the way that everything is angled up here, it should be able to open pretty smooth. All right, y'all, it's quitting time for the day. It's time to go ride some bikes, head to the pump track. But we've got this thing all set up all the way along so far. What I did is at the end of the gate, see, like this one right here, so I've only got one screw in it. I'm gonna go ahead and pop that off because I'm gonna rip that and take about an inch out of the middle, and that's where our hinges will go. We'll do the same thing over here. We've got another one with just one screw, but everything else is bolted up. Once we get the hinges on, obviously we can manage with unhooking and unscrewing everything, but we've got just the stuff back here, and before I do that, I've got to clear out my old lumber and stuff, just so I've got a place to stand and walk. But she's coming together. strong work, and we will finish this thing out, bring you guys for the reveal. All right, y'all, there it is, the finished product. We got the fence done, the gates done. Still got a little bit of holes to fill down here, but they've been working in the alley all week long, and so it's kind of a mess out there, but I gotta fill those in with some dirt. Still gotta clean up, obviously, the yard and the tools, but the fence is done. She's super smooth. The gates open well, and this even latches nicely. We are gonna come back. Yeah, I mean, you've got the pile back there. We're going to come in, and we've got a kind of the ground slopes up here, which is why this is running into the grass over here. So we're actually just going to take this down some and kind of level it out. There's a little bump right here, so we're just going to kind of take this down, and it's the season of growing grass, so we're not quite worried about that. We're going to go ahead and just do the yard work and live with the new gate. She's not falling down. She's super fresh. All right, y'all, that's it for this video. Thanks for checking it out. Hit the like button and the subscribe button. If you're not into this type of home project stuff, that's okay. The next video is going to be the state finals at Nova BMX. We're racing that this weekend, a couple days before we get there. But that's it. We'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace. And my son's side project of an acorn nest area for the squirrels. It's looking real nice. Got pretty creative with all the extra lumber. Little walkway, little house, little spots. He put some acorns up there. They come by and eat. He's happy, they're happy. That's pretty sweet.